Check it. This is DJ Greg, a Revel remix.
Yeah, I brought that down in case I forgot it. I wanted you to have it. Yeah, Cameron's Herbie Hancocking the keyboard that's not plugged into anything.
What's that? Well, I heard about the fella you've been dancing with all over the neighborhood. So why don't you ask me, baby? You do it if you think you could. Bum, 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 bum.
Oh man, that's good.
There we go.
That's what this show's all about.
Cracking a cold white monster and about not mowing your lawn.
So, in the last episode, we started talking about the third Voyager episode, but then we started talking about Bionicle Energy.
As one should.
And then we never got back to the episode.
Oh, no.
Have you watched any Voyager this past week or no?
I was planning to, but I didn't.
Oh, it's okay. It's fine. I had a busy week too. I haven't done much.
Wait, let's run it back. Episode 3 of...
So, Voyager.
Yeah.
Right. So you watched it recently. I still haven't watched it in a couple of years.
I saw it last week. Okay, I remember now.
They get to the planet that's powered by Bionicle Energy.
By Bionicle Energy.
And that's as far as we got. I don't really remember what else happens.
So, Paris and Janeway teleport into this... they teleport into the past, and they just appear when... there's like a lot of people in this shopping mall area, and this is before the disaster happened where the entire planet got like nuked. They appear out of nowhere, and this kid sees them appear, and he calls them demons, and they just walk up to him and say, "Oh no, we're here just for a work trip." And then Paris is like,
Are they? I guess they're dressed a lot differently than
yeah,
the locals.
They're in their Star Fleet uniform, and then they have to go change.
Right.
And Paris walks up to the kid and says, "Yeah, we are demons, and we're going to eat you, so please get out of here."
Oh yeah, I remember this episode now. It's funny. Don't they get involved with something that's going on the planet at the power plant?
Yeah,
there's something shady going on, and then Kes uses some sort of superpower to find them.
She uses her psionic abilities, or what's her power called again?
You could call it psionic power.
Yeah,
it's definitely power that comes from the brain. That's psionic, right?
Yeah. So she locates where they are, and that's how the Starfleet crew like finds them within the area that they're currently in time-wise.
But they can't see them, right? Because
no,
the rest of the Voyager crew, they find a ruined planet, right? It's like an apocalypse planet. There's no one alive on there. And they're looking around. But then something happens, and Paris and Janeway get like kind of snapped into the past, and they don't know how. And there's like, fractures in space-time, I think Harry Kim says.
I think that's what they said. It's really selective that they just got Janeway and Paris. Like, none of the other Starfleet members got sent back. But they said it's fractures within the time.
And that they kind of fell through while they were there.
Yeah.
Because of the reactor, because they were doing something crazy. Mm-hmm. And that it was the disaster that caused... So they were there to see what really ruined the planet. They
were there initially to investigate what happened. While doing that, Janeway and Paris got sent back. Mm-hmm. The other two didn't. They get captured by... terrorists within the civilization that want to blow up the nuclear or the psionic facility where they're generating like a huge amount of energy. And then they capture the kid also, and they hold him.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They hold him hostage. And,
that's crazy.
The kid. Usually, I'm annoyed by like TV children, but like this kid was just like, "Hey, just to let you know, all right." I write the journal for my school. he's not just about, he doesn't just have like a gun to his head. His motive is like, his motive
I'm going to get the scoop.
I'm getting the scoop and I'm going to escape. So
It's no coffee today, by the way. Well, we had coffee.
I had 2 cups this morning.
Cameron's got a Monster.
Yeah, because I was listening to Van Halen on the way here today instead of Zappa like I was supposed to.
We listened to Zappa once you got here.
No,
when
but
we got in my car, we listened to him.
Yesterday I was playing Jedi Knight and then texting Liam, and I was like, "Oh, okay, yeah, I'll give this a listen." And then like right when I hopped in my car, I put on "Dance the Night Away" by Van Halen. So now I'm in this like permanent boomer attitude for the rest of the day. So I'm having a white Monster.
Perma boom.
Poomer. Yeah. So like this kid gets abducted. He's trying to think of it. He's taking it well. He's just like, well, you know what? You may not know this, but I'm going to write this for my school journal. So, you know, take that. It's just, they're like violent, like terrorists that are like, they're collected and structured, but like they're still dangerous. And like
that kid's got confidence.
Yeah, he does.
He was raised right.
And
he knows what's up.
Yeah. And
he'll put his life on the line to get the story out.
Yeah. And there's this scene where they're getting taken to the gate, and Janeway is like, they're like, all right, Janeway, go over there and say that you're researchers or something. And she's like, hello, my name is Janeway, and I am a hostage to these 3 men behind me. And immediately guns start shooting, and Paris gets hit in the shoulder and he falls down. He does a move. He jumps in front of the it's like instead of a bullet, it's a laser beam. So he jumps in front of the kid, takes a hit on the shoulder, and is down. And Janeway is, you know, they all scatter. Those 3 go in anyway, the terrorists. But Janeway follows them, and later through the episode, while they're building the portal for Janeway to come home, they find out that the portal in of itself to make them escape is the reason why the whole planet was nuked.
That's right.
Yeah.
So they're responsible for the fractures in time.
They are, yeah.
It's like a loop because they had to make the fracture. They had to make the portal in order to get them back.
Yeah.
But they only got there because of the, you know, it's a closed loop kind of. Right?
Exactly, yeah. So the portal
it's
itself,
like a Back to the Future type thing.
Yeah, the portal generates in front of this like facility where it's like really dangerous, and that's what causes like the catastrophic world destruction of this entire civilization. It's like Starfleet trying to like look into
Episode 3.
Episode 3.
Or 3 episodes into Voyager.
Yeah, and it's a good episode. I like it. Mm-hmm. She stops the portal by shooting a laser beam at it.
That's right.
And then
okay. So I was wondering when I was talking about the time loop thing. It's like, okay, this is a closed loop. How do you get out of that?
Yeah.
And Janeway in the past prevented all of it from shooting her phaser into it.
Yeah, and by doing that, she saved the entire planet.
And then it all went back to normal, and they didn't really. Did they remember it? No, right?
Who remember it? Like Janeway or
any of them?
Yeah, they remember.
Okay, so they do retain the memory.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, well, that wouldn't be the first time Janeway has.
I am taking this Voyager watch very slowly because I know I'm about to encounter some stuff that's like not normal. But like I find the show entertaining. Also,
I like the show.
Yeah,
it's a good break. I mean, they all do things different. You know, DS9 and Voyager were on at the same time, and they're 2 completely different shows. I'm guessing they didn't share writers. I don't know. I don't have that type of insider info, but I'm guessing it was 2 different writers' rooms, 2 different sets of direction.
I feel like what's his name? Eric Berman?
Rick Berman, no air, just Rick.
Writes both DS9 and Voyager, I think.
Okay,
right?
so there is some crossover.
But like there's more, like they shift writers anyway. There's like 3, I think.
Uh-huh. And directors too.
Yeah.
I guess because I was watching Enterprise and I texted you, you know, we were talking about Robert Duncan McNeil, aka Tom Paris, aka Nick Locarno, and I'm watching Enterprise, and you know, the credits in the beginning said directed by Robert Duncan McNeil. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
And the episode was Future's End, which it's a 2-parter, and it's really good. One of the best 2-parters in all of Enterprise that he directed. So it's cool to see the actors from the earlier shows keep in with the Star Trek tradition, and like LeVar Burton directs, Jonathan Frakes also directs, And there's a few others.
Jonathan Frakes directs. He's like, all right, we go to a planet, and there's a bunch of hot women there.
And they're all for me.
They're all for me. Oh, also, I said Eric Berman earlier. I think it's Rick Berman.
It is Rick Berman, yeah.
I messed it up.
That's okay. I'll edit
Sorry,
it
Rick.
in the correct rating.
It's a cool keyboard. The Akai MPK Mini.
So it has velocity keys on there, so it detects how hard you hit the key.
That's what it's called, velocity keys?
I believe that's what they're called, yeah. So they have a springiness to them, and there's basically 2 or 3 settings. Like, let's say you have a steel drum on there. Or how about this is easier. Let's say you have a cymbal, and you press the key really lightly, you'll get a light hit of the cymbal. If you smash the key really hard, you'll get a big cymbal hit, and then there's usually a mid tier in there as well.
Okay.
But it detects how hard you actually hit the key or the drum pad, and it will give that information to the computer, and it'll give you a different tone based on the instrument you have selected. It's pretty cool.
And the program's called Logic? It's Logic, right?
You can use that with any program you want.
Any kind of... It's called a DAW, right? Digital Audio Workstation?
Yes. Any DAW will have a MIDI interface that you can connect a MIDI controller to. So, and they'll usually have an audio library. I mean, I use Logic, so that's why I was telling you about my experience, because Logic, aside from using Pro Tools for a very short time, Logic's the only one I've used. Okay. So, and Logic has a ton of... You get updates every few months of new audio libraries. They're constantly updating it, so you get all types of synthesizers and, orchestral instruments too. You can get people singing,
That's probably what I'm going to use it for, just chords.
Yeah. You can put that together. You can put full strings, you can do, your cello, violin, viola, your drum kit or classical drums, and then you can start making movie soundtracks, and, you can get Mitch to do a guitar solo on it if you want some...
I'm just gonna make
guitar in there.
I'm just gonna make droning ambience, probably.
Yeah. Well, in that case, you just hold down one key.
That's the only thing I'm thinking of, like, honestly, or just go like this. You can totally see it.
Yeah, it is really awesome.
Yeah, I think it's sweet.
Yeah,
I'm glad we didn't stop at the Dunkin' Donuts on the way.
I thought about it. So we were driving back. We went to the mall today, and we also went to Best Buy, and
the Gloucester outlets.
And the outlets, yes.
Yeah.
And I thought about, while we were driving there, I was like, hey, Cameron, do you want to stop at that Dunkin' Donuts on the way back?
I was not feeling it. When we were driving
I almost did. I was really tempted to.
I was scared. I was like, thank God.
I know, I didn't say anything.
Yeah, we were driving past it, and then when we passed it, I didn't realize it until now that there's a graveyard, like, right next to the Dunkin' Donuts.
Ah.
So I'm wondering if, like...
There's a correlation.
Yeah, it's like haunted.
I bet there is.
And there's actually no one there, and they're ghosts.
Could be.
Probably. It's probably what happened.
I find that easier to believe than what you actually experienced. So speaking of two things that are in odd place next to each other, I went to the Berlin Farmers Market yesterday.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And the reason why I went there was because the other day I was driving through Maryland and I wanted to stop at System Sourced Computer Museum because it was only about an hour out of my way. So I was like, all right, I'm driving through anyway. Let's stop here. I've been wanting to go here. I follow a guy on YouTube called Usagi Electric, and he's been working on a Bendix computer from 1956. So it's all vacuum tubes. It's the size of this table, which
Jesus.
Is large. So if you can't see, there's no video, but it's a large computer with hundreds of vacuum tubes in it. So I've been following along this series, and I found out about this computer place, and I was really excited to go. And then I got there, and I found out, even though it says open online, it's by appointment only.
Oh, so, come on, really?
And I don't frequent that area. It was, I drive up and down, but there weren't any more openings for that day, and I'm not going to be there for another few weeks. So
it said open.
It said open. Yeah. So that was a little disheartening, but because I couldn't have that experience, I was like, all right, well, I want to do something. I wanted to have an away mission to talk about on the show, because you had your Duncan thing. I wanted to get some type of experience.
Yeah.
And I was denied my experience there. So I went to the Berlin Farmers Market yesterday to make up for it, assuming something weird would happen, because that is a place.
That is a weird place.
It's a nexus of weird in a good way. But
Yeah.
you see all different types of people from all. It feels almost like an international type destination.
I think it's hell. It's like I remember going there in second. I remember me and my mom going there when I was in like second grade, and we were just walking over there, and I remember buying that Lance Armstrong yellow band thing or whatever.
Live strong.
Yeah, I was buying that, and then we were walking by this like animal shelter, and they were like pugs, which I grew up with, like in cages. And I was like, "Hey, Mom, look, pugs!" And like my mom looked at them, and she like paused and she's like, those dogs look really sick. I need to leave." And I was like, "Oh, okay." And that like, my mom's like really sensitive about that, and I was like, "All right, yeah, we should probably go."
And you haven't been back since.
No, that was the closest thing I've. Well, probably not the closest, but that was hell. That was definitely a portion of hell.
I didn't see any sick pugs, but I saw a bunch of birds in cages in a pet store.
Just screaming and like smashing their forehead against the cage.
And they were in front of the display glass that's in the front of the store that leads out to the Berlin Farmers Market. It's all different vendors in one same building. So there's the hallway and there's the glass that you can see out, and all over the glass there's just scotch taped pieces of paper, like shitty falling apart. You know, don't take pictures of the birds, all over. So you can't even see like it's this beautiful clear window that they've covered up with all this, you know, don't take pictures of the birds, whatever, which I understand. I guess the birds are sensitive to flash photography and everything, but the birds are probably also sensitive to being locked up in a fucking cage all day.
In a hot cage. Yeah.
Like, so it just seems ironic that was, and the arcade there, I thought it was so funny. So you know how in the mall they have those leather chairs that you put some coins in and it vibrates?
Yeah.
So you're supposed to sit in it and be relaxed. So I walked past a bunch of these chairs. There's like 3 or 4, and there's a few old people sitting in them and trying to relax. But the chairs were next to the arcade. And the arcade's really loud, and the thing on the most outermost corner of the arcade, right next to the chairs, was the punching bag machine. So I'm walking by, I see the old people first. You know, I see a lady like trying to close her eyes and relax, and then just boom.
It's like a roided up like teenager, just like going ham, and this old lady's trying to chill out.
Oh man, so
man,
yeah, that's what I went there for. And of course, what I really went there for was the music store.
Mm-hmm.
And the music store on a Friday afternoon was closed.
So that's 2 instances of you trying to do something and it's just...
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I think the Berlin Farmers Market is that same place where... You know that image of like SpongeBob and he's got like a pimp hat and he's got like gold chains around his neck and he's got like a stack of money? I think that's where the design came from. And then the design got sold to like Shoretown t-shirt shops. And then it just spread through that. And now everyone across the country knows what that image is.
Yeah.
It's like it's like a tagged like SpongeBob graphic, but it's like he's a pimp.
I'm just thinking, yeah, exactly. I'm thinking of the t-shirt places where it's like a cheap tie-dye t-shirt that makes you itch when you wear it.
Yeah.
And then you get custom text on it, but you never know what to put, so it says something stupid.
It's like that.
Like you put like literally the words "says something stupid" on there. That actually might be a good shirt. But yeah, or it's like the cheap mesh hat with a design of like a dog throwing a frisbee to a human or something.
Yeah, that or like a Disney princess that's goth.
Yeah, it's like bad bitch.
with
like face tattoos.
Yeah, like tattoo like sleeves and stuff like that. Like
I'm a bad bitch.
I'm
I go to the Jersey Shore. I buy T-shirts. I'm pretty bad. I'm a pretty bad bitch.
I go to the Gloucester outlets, and then I go home.
Hey, the weather today was beautiful. I wanted to stay out. I wanted to do something. It didn't even matter what we did. It was just nice to be out, and we haven't had a day like this in months. What, like
Years.
several months.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's late March right now. My car read 77 degrees while we were driving home, so
That's good.
pretty good. Yeah,
Yeah.
it felt really nice to see that weather, feel that weather again, and to smell the buds on the trees start coming back.
Yeah, it was just like a really good Saturday. Like we just walked around for like 2 hours, and then went back home.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, we'll have to go to. Now I just want to go to one of those stores at the Jersey Shore,
Oh no, I'm good.
and I want to get a stupid T-shirt. I'm gonna get a Jersey Shore printed T-shirt that says Lee Street Podcast on it, and on the back it's gonna say Cameron, and then I'm gonna get one for you, and on the back of yours it's gonna say Liam.
Oh, that's a good way to confuse people.
Yeah, that's the whole idea.
We should do a thing where, like,
This way, if someone wants to interview us, they don't know.
yeah, I introduce
don't-
myself as Liam. You introduce yourself as Cameron, but we just start that now
Yeah.
and confuse them.
Yeah. Plus, there's no video to the show, so there's really no way to say who's who.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
We should do
It'd
that.
be fun. My dad he was one of those kids who would throw popcorn to make the seagulls fly down in front of people
Oh,
and
yeah.
play like practical jokes on people at the shore.
Do you ever go to a Patco station and then super gorilla glue a dollar coin on the floor, and then just like when you're waiting for your train, you just see people like trying to pick it up?
Or in front of the ticket machine.
Yeah,
That'd just be torturing poor people, really.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's nicer to do it after the gate,
Yeah.
because at least those people bought their ticket.
Evil 19-year-old.
Yeah, so it was a Starbucks kind of day, not a Dunkin' day. I got Starbucks.
We had great service by the nice man at the Deptford Mall.
We did. We had
Yeah.
exceptional service all the way around.
He's like, "Excuse
All smiles.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. What did you say?"
He asked you if you wanted your brownie to be warmed up,
I want it cold.
but you're not getting that at a particular Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah,
Sorry, but you're just not.
he's gonna step on it and give it to me. Like, yeah, you want a brownie, idiot? Just crush it. So we went to the Deptford Mall, and I showed Liam the first time Beatmania 2DX.
Holy shit, dude.
Yeah,
I was just standing there, eyes wide. I was like, how was he moving that fast? And you weren't even doing a very hard song. Like the song you were doing was pretty mid-level at first, and then you did a hard one later, but
yeah.
the mid-level song just seemed impossible to me. But I've never been good at Guitar Hero. I guess I just don't have that type of... I could never play really... I could barely do hard on Guitar Hero. I was like a medium player.
Yeah,
So-
that game requires really... You got to get good at reading speed, and that's probably the hardest rhythm game that's ever been created.
You think so?
Yeah, but it's the best one.
It's really awesome. I loved how everything was set up, and
Yeah,
the music's good too.
Yeah, you could have a you have a mixer too, and you can just go to town on it.
Yeah, you pick whatever song you want. All the notes from the song are integrated into the
It's sound keyed, yeah.
yeah, and yeah, there's like chorus, flanger. You could add compression, reverb,
Distortion and gargle.
Yeah, really cool.
Yeah. The music videos from like early 2000s too, like early 2000s Japan are like interesting to look at also.
Yeah, the first one was like a mechanical type thing.
Yeah.
I didn't even know what it was, but it was cool. It's like a visualizer.
Yeah. It's really awesome. But I spent like straight up like I'm probably gonna go back there later today and then get my fix before I head out of here.
You think
Like,
so?
Probably, yeah. And then like no, I dumped like 2 years of like of my life into that game. Like,
You know, I can see why.
yeah, it's
That might sound ridiculous to some people, but I get it.
that
I do. It's a good game.
mechanically that game is like awesome. Like I really just like the simplicity of like 7 keys and a disc.
Mhm.
And it's probably like I started off on Dance Dance Revolution, and I think that game is inherently a better rhythm game just because of how much it like reached America. But like I think like
Well, it's dance based.
Yeah.
Right. So it's all about. It's a different appendage and
Yeah.
you're dancing.
Like culturally, it's way more
It's
influential than like,
and accessible to the average person.
yeah, like it's,
I think, whereas this game with the disc is a little bit more niche.
yeah, and it actually came out before Dance Dance Revolution.
Of course it did.
But,
Yeah, they came out like in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
In the late 90s, yeah.
It started off as 5 keys in a disc, and then they added 2 more. And it's 2DX, you know, they added 2 more.
Makes sense.
Well, it's also a sequel, but like it's called Beatmania 2 DX, but people just call it 2DX.
Mhm.
And I think that game has better music, and I think it's like the mechanics of it are like way more detailed, and I just love the hell out of it. I used to play that game. There's a point where I was like playing it like 4 to 5 times like a week, and that requires me to physically drive to the arcade to play it.
Yeah, you have to be there.
Yeah. So
It's like the good old days. That's how it was back in the day, back before Pong.
yeah, I'm still not good at it, but like I love the hell out of it.
I've been playing video games for years, and I'm not really good at any of them. So the best I was at video games was probably when I cared the most about competition,
Yeah.
which is when I was probably 12 playing Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2
Yeah. Modern Warfare 2 was
And-
awesome.
and Halo 3. That was the same era, and Halo Reach, but I was never really a skilled player. But
Yeah.
Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2, again, I was never that great. I was always playing with people where everyone I was playing with was better than me. So we had a stack team, and you were there more than half the time. So you know what it was like, but it was always a stack team. We're all in the party together. So I'm kind of like the worst of the best, I felt like. And that definitely helped. And then when I would play solo, doing free for all, trying to get first place,
Yeah.
never really got that good. But I probably sucked the least at that game.
The 2 games I was best at were Marvel vs. Capcom 3, the first one. I hit like top 25 in North America on like the Xbox 360 leaderboards at one point.
Oh, wow.
And then after that, I play. There's a video of me winning a tournament in someone's basement at a Smash Brothers
Oh, really?
thing. Yeah,
That's awesome.
I should probably send it. And there's also like a video of me doing DDR with this one guy from like 3 years ago.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
This podcast is brought to you by Poco. Poco creates a fast, versatile, and dynamic space for you and your company, streamlining diversity, encouragement, while maintaining a steady flow of losses and gains, but all for the better. Founded in 1972, Joe Poe and his wife, Lunatic Poe, along with their 9 children, 2 cats, and 4 beavers, and with the help of their hometown council, the Council of Infinite Consensus, though without the help of Stephen and the Rioters, which was surprising, but not as surprising as being given the magnet of sherry by the Speaker of the Void. You can call Poco today and speak with a licensed therapist for dairy, titanium fittings, and the hockey stick for when it's time. Outside, they have a swinging covered bench, which could fit 2 humans or 1 small Punian slug, and they will make you an offer if you give them the special pajares. The passphrase is Cheetos, but will be changed each week based on magnets and your personal zodiac sign. You may contact Carl for help with that. Just call 555-6297-550 or send a photonic message to these coordinates. 29 degrees, 58 minutes, 45 seconds north. 31 degrees, 8 minutes, 3 seconds east. Poco, we've got it. And you can too. With us, we can.
If I can see like, oh wait, Cameron's mic has to go down a little bit, I can.
Like 2 inches, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
my bad.
If I'm doing live sound for a show, I can't go up on stage and move the mic, right? But here I can move it a little bit.
No, you can do it.
Just, hey, can you stop your song real quick?
Wait a minute, hold on. Okay. All right, we're good. But yeah. So we went to round 1, and then we checked out FYE.
Had some good records there.
They had some good stuff there.
Yeah, more than I thought.
Yeah. I got scared. I thought they were like no longer selling music there, but
Yeah, they had some good records. They had a couple funny t-shirts.
I thought it was good. It turned into I'm going to call it a Funko Pop store,
Yeah, I don't know how else to describe it.
but like it's when like 40% of the shelves are filled with Funko Pops, and that's just the sign of like a dying business.
Or Funko Pop accessories to Funko Pop.
Yeah,
or companies that are similar to that.
it's what's happening at like GameStop. Like you walk in there,
Yeah.
like we did today,
Yeah, we went in.
and like 20% of the shelves.
Hold on. Just think about how we said that.
What?
How people approach GameStop now.
Oh
Like, neither of us were excited.
no,
Say, like, we went to GameStop. No, it was like, yeah, we went into Game.
I don't think I've ever liked going to GameStop.
That's not good. Should be an exciting place to go.
It was fun when it was like me and your brother and like
Uh-huh.
everyone in town, like going to the midnight release, like just seeing the excitement
Yeah.
of everyone for like Modern Warfare 3 or something. But like, yeah, like
They had a Nintendo 64 there for
$70.
not bad. And it
Yeah.
was in good condition, too. Came with a yellow controller. Not bad.
Yeah, it was $70, and the retail on like online, like Amazon, is like 110. So
That's pretty good.
if you want to pick up an N64,
Yeah, head down to the Deptford Mall.
head down to the Deptford Mall and go ahead and pick it up.
Yep.
Watch it just be like the N64 and the controller, but they forgot like the power unit.
Where there's nothing inside it. It's just a shell.
Yeah, that would suck. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But no, yeah. So we went to.
Where else did we go to? We went to...
I want to go back to the Funko Pop thing.
Sure.
We walked into FYE. That was like 40% Funko Pops on the shelves, and then we went into GameStop, and it was literally 80% on the shelves, and like 20% games, like PS5 games. Oh,
Yeah.
by the way, a PS5 pre-owned is like what, $670?
Yeah.
That's insane to me. I was like,
I don't even know how much they are new. Just build a computer. Why don't you just... We were talking about this in the store, and I didn't want to say it too loud, but because you're in a GameStop. But
we saw like
just build a computer. You can just build a computer for half the amount of money and probably
know.
get similar experience.
Yeah, I was like looking at that thing. I'm like, 670. Like, what's even in that? Like, I don't even know. Like, that's so expensive, and it's like I don't even see a PS5 as like a game console. I see it as a glorified like media player.
At this point, yeah.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
just-
things were different PS3 and Xbox 360 days.
Yeah.
Because at that point, the console was the streamlined thing you can get, right? You don't want to spend all your money on piecing together a computer. So you just buy the Xbox, and
Yeah.
it's optimized for the Xbox games, and it's perfect. But now things have changed so much to where, like you said, you don't necessarily have to have the console anymore. And plus, a lot of games are cross-platform now, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, like what's like a PS5 exclusive that's getting me to spend $670 on a pre-owned PS5? Like probably nothing, right?
It's
I don't even know if PS5 has games.
that one game. I'm sure I'll recall it. This is a bit. There's no games.
Yeah, no, that's always been that's always been the bit though. Like when the PS3 came out,
The PS3 had a Kingdom Hearts game. Was
No.
that an exclusive?
no Kingdom
Or
Hearts.
what was?
All right,
what am I
now,
thinking of?
now we're talking about Kingdom Hearts.
I'm sorry. What am I thinking of? So, hey, Xbox had Halo,
Yes,
right? So,
I think
and Forza,
PlayStation had like Metal Gear,
right? And Gears of War was on Xbox.
Killzone. But Killzone's like not even that big. God of War.
You had. So I have a PS3. My brother and I bought it after the PS3 was old news.
Yeah.
But we bought the one where you can play PS2 games on it.
Oh, that's good. That's the only good one.
So that's one reason to have a PS3 is
And
so
then
that
they
you can
removed
play
it.
all your PS2 games. And yes, you're right. They stopped doing that. You can't.
They really blew it on the PS3,
4.
4, 5.
The 3 is good. I didn't have a 3 new. Like I had the 360, as you know.
I thought the UI sucked, kind of.
I think it worked great on the PSP.
The PSP is great. I just remember like not liking the PS3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the PS3 and PS4 operating system, from what I remember, is like a scaled up version of the PSP,
That explains a lot.
which is fine for the PSP, which is like a phone screen.
Yeah, but for like a
But
actual
for a widescreen television,
Yeah.
no, not good.
the since you brought up Kingdom Hearts, we're going to spend the next 2.5 hours talking about that game.
Okay, disclaimer, I don't know anything about Kingdom Hearts. So this is all you. This is
really?
You're educating me. Yes, please. I had
I think you're going to...
I had one of the I had the PS2 Kingdom Hearts game. So the one where you're on an island.
Okay, so 1 and 2.
1 or 2. I don't know if it was the first or second one.
Kingdom Hearts is like the most like stupid and like most all over the place storyline, and like I feel like any video game, while simultaneously being really influential to like people my age during that time.
I remember being confused because I'm like a human with very large feet, and I'm with Mickey Mouse killing demons. And that's great. Like on okay, that sounds fun.
No,
but the execution was
execution was really goofy, but like
and the animation style adds to that too.
It's not a bad game. Like, okay, like
it wasn't a bad game, but it definitely was strange. And then there was this thing where you could build a spaceship.
Yeah, that was like the worst part, probably.
And it was like a mini game,
the gummy ship,
where you build your spaceship and you. Yeah.
It was probably the least fun part, but
that was a good game. It's coming back to me now. It took you through different parts. You know, you went to like Hercules planet.
Yeah.
And you did stuff with him, and like it was a cool game. I enjoyed it.
It's the most hit or miss game I feel like ever made. Like there's some worlds that you go to that are actually pretty cool. I like the Hercules Coliseum because you get to fight like all these like monsters and stuff.
That's what I'm thinking of right now. I'm having like flashbacks.
The final boss in that area is Sephiroth, I think, from Final Fantasy, because Kingdom Hearts is a cross between Square Enix and Disney.
Okay, so it's combined.
It's Final Fantasy characters and Disney characters combined.
Oh, okay, so that's why the humans look so...
Yeah, and that's also why the game
I don't even know how to describe them.
Yeah, it's
elfish.
The Final Fantasy characters always looked kind of like that. Like
I'm not a Final Fantasy fan. So.
Me neither. I know it's probably like a really really good game, but like I just never like put time into it.
Yeah, I can't really. I don't.
I think I played.
How many Final Fantasy games?
16, I think.
Yeah, there's a lot. That's a big.
But
pedigree.
that's like the main titles. There's also like 30 like side ones also. But like, I kind of had a bad start because I played the one for the Xbox 360. The main character's name was like Lightning or something, and I just remember like not liking that game at all.
Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, it's actually him. Like him in his cargo shorts and like a t-shirt. But no, I just remember not liking it. But like, I think the series is good. It's just like you gotta like know which one to like pick. But like Kingdom Hearts is like the most hit or miss game because like you can go into like the Coliseum within the Hercules world, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Then you'll have like in Kingdom Hearts 2, which is the worst. No, there's like.
I remember being in a kitchen that was too large for me.
That was probably the Alice in Wonderland one. That's like level 1, I think, in Kingdom Hearts 1.
Mm-hmm.
But like, there's like a level where you join the world. I think it's Atlantis, like with the Little Mermaid.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a quick time action event game that you have to play where you sing with Ariel. And I remember I was playing it and I was like, I had my like volume down because I didn't want my dad to like walk in. And then he walked in to me playing this like game where I'm singing with Ariel. And I was just like,
it's not what you think.
And I'm just like, Dad, I'm trying to progress the story. Don't look at me like that.
I'll kill the demon soon enough. I just have to sing this nice song.
No, but it's like a Disney movie and it's like extremely showy. And like,
oh really?
I would have rather preferred him to like walk in on me watching porn. Like honestly, that would have been more normal. But like
that would have been
if you ask people that played that game like in that specific level, they'd be like, oh shit, well,
they just don't want to talk about it.
No, they don't.
A similar but like they had
to play it to progress the game, and it was like
you have to get through it.
I'll say this: Kingdom Hearts is. I hate the controls. If you jump, there's a delay. Literally like a 1 second delay when you jump, and when you land, it's really goofy too. Also, there's no shadow. I think I might be wrong. There's no shadow underneath your character's feet, so when you try to land on something, you don't
know where you're going.
Yeah, you use the shadow usually when you're playing a
Right.
platformer to know where you're landing. And
Even if you're not thinking about it, it's just a subconscious thing.
yeah, I don't think you have that in Kingdom Hearts. I might be wrong on that, but like the controls aren't good, but like I will still say it's like somewhat of a good game, even though
I did enjoy it overall.
it's hit or,
From looking back on these memories from long ago, I did try the 3DS Kingdom Hearts, and I did not like that. And I
Okay.
think the controls were weird, and I think the graphics were limited.
They had a Game Boy.
Because
Yeah.
the PS2 version was better than the 3DS version. So
Yeah.
and that's like years apart.
There's 3 of them I played. I played 1, 2, and the Game Boy Advance one. I think the Game Boy Advance one's my favorite. It's a card. You move your character around, Sora, I think his name is, and you use cards to do like attacks. And that system was really cool, but like you know what we should do? The first game we try to parsec and play should be Kingdom Hearts 1, and it's going to be, you're going to get like a flood of memories back and be like, oh no.
Yeah, you're probably right. The sound effects of the menu. There was like this one specific sound
Yeah.
that I'm just having flashbacks of. Right
Okay.
now. I need to hear that sound.
I'll say this, the sound design and music in that game is really, really good.
Yeah, I remember that the most clear.
The gameplay is okay. I'm really weird. I don't like Z targeting for some reason. That's when you lock on a character and then your character follows.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that unless we're doing space battles.
Yeah.
So, Star Wars Battlefront 2 space battles, that's fine. If you're in space and you have that extra axis, you kind of need that if you're in a space cruiser.
Yeah.
But if you're playing a 3D game and you have control, it's really not necessary.
It sucks because like games like Legend of Zelda and like Dark Souls use Z targeting to like target the bad guy that you're about to like fight.
Maybe that's why I haven't played them that much.
But I'm weird. I don't like Z targeting at all.
I'm the same way.
There's something goofy about it. Like it's technically more structured, but like my brain doesn't accept it for some reason. I don't know why. But like Kingdom Hearts is like,
maybe it's just too automated of an experience. Maybe you want to have more control.
maybe I guess I just don't like waiting for like enemies to come near me to make the first move and miss.
Yeah.
Could be that. I don't know. But like,
Well, what if you're in a battle? Let's say there's 2 of you and 4 of them,
yeah.
and you've got one guy targeted, but then one of the other bad guys comes like way too close to you, and you need to switch targets. Then now that's another thing you have to do to move your target over from one person to the other. Whereas if you didn't have that system,
Or
you could
dodge.
just
Yeah.
swing or hit your dodge button or whatever. So
Yeah. But
it's
like,
kind of less efficient depending on what kind of gamer you are.
yeah, I think I'm a really impatient one. I like going in fast. If the only games I play it slow in are like isometric, like top view stuff.
I play Baldur's Gate 3 slowly
Yeah, me too.
now that I'm doing honor mode. So now that I've made some mistakes.
I play that slowly and like Endless Space 2, which is like a 4X game. But like Kingdom Hearts is just like, it's so hit or miss. Like I hate the controls kind of. I think the story is good. No, I mean it's confusing, but the music and sound design in that game are like so good that it's like it almost offsets like how bad the controls are sometimes, for me at least.
It's kind of funny. It's even a hard game to describe, to put into
No,
words because of
Kingdom
these
Hearts
things.
is the hardest game to describe to someone. There's a comedy group I listen to called Mega 64. I've been listening to them since like a high school. They did a bit where this one guy named Rocco dresses up in like a Kingdom Hearts t-shirt and like cargo shorts, and he walks around like, imagine him walking around the Gloucester Outlets but with like a keyblade and like yellow sunglasses, and he walks up to people and the whole bit is him trying to explain the storyline to the game. So he's walking up to like a guy eating ice cream or something, and he's like, well, let me tell you about Darth Xenohort and the, you know, I don't know.
Trust me, I don't understand it either.
That should be a game that we should remote play. That would be, I think you would be like,
I would have flashbacks and be going crazy.
you would be getting flashbacks and going crazy and be like, wait, this happened.
Love and hate both.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. But Okay, so we're going back to GameStop.
We're still at the mall.
We're still at the mall, and we're walking through GameStop, and that's getting hit with the Funko Pop.
I brought a coffee in,
Yeah.
and the woman behind the counter looked at me a little bit too long, and I wasn't sure if I was allowed to bring the coffee in the store. But she didn't say anything to me.
She thought you were cute.
Could be.
Yeah.
I felt self-conscious because I had coffee.
She was.
I was like, am I doing something wrong? It wasn't an I like you kind of look. Like normally, if it was like that, I would have been like, oh, that's what, but it was sort of like a scolding look. Maybe that's just what GameStop does to you if you're working there for too long. It turns you into a scolding person.
A condescending jerk.
Yes.
Yeah. Was it, yeah. So that was GameStop. We went there, and then we got Chick-fil-A and
I got Sakura Japan.
Sakura. We ate, and then we kind of called it, I guess.
Sakura Japan has a great track record, I have to say. Their food tastes just as good as it did like 10 years ago.
It does? Okay.
And it's changed ownership. Maybe, I think it changed ownership during COVID. And, the store's not great. I was trying to figure out if it's TVs that have the menu on it that they put paper over, like a paper menu on top of the TV.
Yeah.
Or if they wrote, because the menu had alterations on it. So many alterations that you may as well have a new menu.
It's like...
Because half of the prices were changed. There was different numbers, so it looked like they used painter's tape to put a new piece of tape on there and then change the number, which is fine. I get it. But it was very confusing because I couldn't tell if... And it was these 4 panel type TVs. I mean, they were definitely TVs, but I couldn't tell if there was like a piece of paper on top of the TV or if that's what the TV was displaying with the paper tape on top of it. I don't know, but the food was great.
That's good. Chick-fil-A service is good as usual.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A's got a good track record.
They've got the best service, I think. They have service like locked down and good. Like
I heard their fries went really downhill though. I saw
they're okay.
The report of the week.
Yeah.
He did a video about their fries, and it was not good. It's really, really not. Big hit for Chick-fil-A when that video came out. So I haven't tried.
I like report of the week. He's pretty cool.
Yeah, he's awesome. I haven't tried the fries though. I thought about going to get them and just to see what's up with the fries, but I don't. I didn't feel like going to Chick-fil-A just for that reason. So
that's fine. But after that, we kind of called it. I think right. We just kind of left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we went to Best Buy.
Went to Best Buy and we were checking out.
Made fun of the Chromebooks.
Made fun of the Chromebooks. They didn't fully prepare or image one of their computers. So when it was asking for like the email address to do the auto load for like the rest of the Windows 11 setup, I said, this computer's not imaged. Lol. Walked away.
Cameron also noticed that one of the fire extinguishers was expired.
Oh yeah, that's step one always. Because like, no, there was a period at my work which I won't name, but like where we were. I remember just like it's like me and like someone else. We were walking around like the building and just like every single column that we would walk through, it just had like an expired fire extinguisher on it, and then like. It would always be us like walking, and then like 3 to 6 weeks later, this like guy that's like in charge is just like, oh, damn it, the was it the foreman? No, what's the I forgot his name. I forgot the job name, but it was like oh, we're getting inspected, and he's coming right now, and then like it's just every single fire extinguisher is like expired. They're daisy chaining surge protectors to make things run.
Yeah, I used to work at a place like that.
To a point where like they're stretching the electricity so hard that like something will eventually go out and like catch fire. Yeah,
I had a boss where we had a fire. We had an inspector come in, and he would say,
"That's right."
Everything was, there weren't even any fire extinguishers in the building, for God's sake. And all the surge protectors plugged in. You've got a refrigerator plugged into, 2 surge protectors and a way too long extension cord on the other side of the building. There's no outlet over there. The extension cord's hot when you pick it up. It's like, this is not good. But my boss, he was so cheap. The whole place was held together with duct tape. And, so he would just wait. He would, the fire inspector would say, don't do that. So he would disconnect it. and then say, yeah. He would write down whatever he has to do. And then the fire inspector would leave. And then everything would just go right back to normal. Just like how we were doing it before. Nothing ever changed.
You know how some fire extinguishers, they're encased in like a glass box? Instead of just having a fire extinguisher, it's just more matches.
Or like there's a torch, right? And then there's a little like a little trap door.
Yeah.
And then there's some kindling there underneath. So that the smallest vibration.
Yeah, we were checking out the Surface Go and the
Surface No.
No, the Surface Pro.
Surface No.
Yeah, the Surface Pro.
Surface Go away.
Yeah, and the Surface laptops. We were looking at them and like...
I didn't throw up.
That was good. And...
It's because you were there. I threw up the last time I was there. I caused a big scene in the middle of Best Buy because I actually looked at one of those computers.
Yeah.
And I just puked all over it. It was bad.
I
was surprised to let me back in.
They forgot. They're not paying attention.
It's Best Buy.
Yeah. And I remember one guy, my one colleague at work brought a thermal camera into work once, and he just like, he just was like, hey, come over here. And then we turned the thermal camera on and we aimed it towards the laptop, and that magnetic charging thing or whatever, it was like pure white while everything else was like normal. And he's like, look at that. See, I'm not crazy. That thing is hot.
That's not good.
And I'm just like, oh my God. It like was peak. Like, like not safe. But yeah. Yeah, we went to Best Buy. Liam didn't puke this time. And then security guard from last year saw him and was like, hey, wait a minute. And then we ran away.
Well, you might have noticed I was a little antsy to leave at the end there. And it was because I was starting to get looks from some of the people from the hole. Because I didn't clean up the throw up. I puked, and then I tried to like clean it up a little bit, and then I panicked, and then I ran out of there.
You threw a Razer keyboard on top of it to hide it. And then ran away. But there was like a guy with an actual walkie-talkie that was like, "Oh shit,
we got a 1095."
Yeah, and then they sent like Geek Squad to chase you.
Send in the Beetle.
The Geek Squad. Did you ever use Geek Squad? I never used it.
Nah, but they drove Beetles though, I think, and then they went to the Prius.
Yeah,
or maybe they drive vans.
Talk about a downgrade.
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I saw a photo recently of the root beer mug.
Yes, with the dog, the bulldog.
Yeah, like the best root beer.
Well, that's probably up for debate. There's probably people
it's
getting upset at you for saying that right now.
It's mug. Sorry. Moving on.
Some people would argue that birch beer is superior.
It's not.
All right. I don't have one stake, and I think it all tastes like shit. So I have no stake in the game.
Mug tastes great. Moving on.
It does not.
Anyone who...
Moving on.
You're crazy. All right, so... Moving on.
I'm personally a fan of Sunset Sarsaparilla.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's
I'm partial to them.
Someone made a rap on a Volkswagen Beetle. Sorry. A Volkswagen Beetle.
I'm going to start calling them Beebles now.
A Volkswagen Beetle. They did a rap of the mug dog, and they called it the mug bug. Like the front cover of the root beer.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. We got out at Best Buy, luckily, before Geek Squad chased us out, and then we went to the Gloucester outlets and just...
the Gloucester Premium outlets.
Oh, my bad. Right. And we walked around. We
really popping. It was way busier there than it was at the mall.
Yeah. And we felt like we were in California for like 3 minutes, and then we turned around and saw Dave & Buster's, which I kind of wanted to bring up. So... Oh, sorry, do you want...
Go ahead.
Well, we just kind of like walked around Gloucester outlets.
I've been waiting to hear the story. That's why I'm looking like this.
Okay.
We're hanging out before the show, right? So we're kind of brimming with things we want to talk about.
Yeah, we're talking about like future stuff.
We need to save this one for the mic, right? Let's talk about housekeeping stuff. But yeah, what happened the last time? So let me intro this. I'll give you an appetizer. The last time I was at a Dave & Buster's was with you, and we had a pretty okay time. We didn't play any games. We just sat at the bar and drank and talked to the bartender. So maybe that's why it was a good time. Yeah, he had that crazy watch. It was like a square watch with some like stuff in it. It looked like he looked like a steampunk grandpa with like crazy glasses and stuff.
Yeah, he had.
He looked like he made kombucha in his basement.
He did, yeah. But like so.
So what happened the last time? So that was a pretty decent trip, but you go to these places more often than I do.
So me, my friend Keenan, Drew, and Brandon went to the Dave & Buster's in Philly, the one near the harbor.
Yeah, it's on the pier.
Yeah, and like straight up, like when we went there, that was like the single worst dining experience we've ever had in our collective lives.
Really?
So we went over there. And we're like, oh yeah, we're here to watch the game a little bit or something. We're watching like some sporting event. And they're like, all right, we got you. And then they put us on the table farthest away from the TVs. Like just did not hear anything we said. And they were like, all right, go here. I was like, all
You've
right.
told them.
Yeah.
I'm here to watch the game.
So we're ordering food and stuff and like drinks and drinks are normal at first.
Drinks were okay. How was your waiter or waitress?
Waitress was horrible. Worst one that I've ever had in my life. So like we're ordering our food and then we get our drinks and then our food took literally like 30 to like 40 minutes to be made.
What kind of food do they do? Isn't it just like chicken wings and stuff?
It was like buffalo like wings and
like
stuff.
Bar food.
Yeah, and burgers. And like it literally took like 30 to 40 minutes for the food to come out, even though it was like us and like two other families in this entire establishment.
Oh, so it wasn't even busy.
No, like at all. And I remember when
They had to go to the grocery store to buy your
when they gave us the food, they only gave like half of us our food and like no one else got the rest of their stuff.
How long was the wait?
For me, it was like 25 minutes.
Holy shit.
And then for the other guys, it was like 35 or something.
Oh my God. It should never be more than 35 seconds.
Yeah.
It's the couple plates come out and, the other food's right behind.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So like we're waiting and then Keenan gets like this like, he gets like a steamed vegetables or something. And he takes a bite out of it, and it's limp and cold. And like he just gave up and put it to the side.
Oh.
And then I got wings, and I was like, "Oh, there we go, just some wings." And they were the most average, like not good wings I've ever had in my life. And
they have sauce on them?
Yeah, and like then they were still bad. But like so it took us like so long to get the food, and then
oh no,
my friend Brandon asked
how do you fuck up steamed vegetables and chicken wings?
I don't know.
It's like the easiest thing. You can make chicken wings in an air fryer.
Yeah, and my friend Brandon asked for water like 3 times, and she just wouldn't give it to him. And he was like, "Hey, can I get a water?" And she's like, "Okay." And then
we're all out.
She comes back, and she's like, "All right, you guys want something?" He's like, "Yeah, can I get my water?" And he's like, "Okay." She goes, and then she comes back a 3rd time and forgot. It's like, all right, you guys need anything? And my friend Brandon's like, water! And he yells at her, and like, no joke, she's just like, shit, like that, and like she just had like a guy's voice all of a sudden, and then like she got the water, she was bringing it to the table, and she bumped into something and spilled it on my shoulder, and it went all over my wings.
Oh my God!
And I was like, my wings. And then she's like, sorry. And then like you gave the like half full like water to Brandon, and then it was so funny. And then like we were paying, and we're like, all right, we're not tipping this person well. This was really bad. This is really bad service.
You kind of lost that.
So she has the accursed object, the iPad, and she like she hands off the iPad. It defaults to like 25% tip.
Right.
Like on the little 3 selection thing. It's like 25, 35, 50.
And then custom.
Yeah, and then custom. It defaults to 25%. And
of course.
And then Brandon's like, he's the one paying the bills. He's like about to go to custom, and then the waitress gets 1 inch away from his back and is hawking him down to see what he's selecting on the iPad. And then my friend Brandon just got like nervous, like, just 25, forget it, and just hit it, and then gave it to her, and then we pieced out. And it was awful, man. Dave and Buster's, you gotta level up a little bit. You guys aren't that good. Sorry.
That waitress was mentally ill.
No, I think she was just like really stupid, and like I'm surprised she even knows how to breathe. So
if you're gonna walk up to someone and stand over them,
yeah, she's like an actual like psycho.
About the tip.
Like,
yeah, that's pretty up there.
Yeah, it's awful, man.
I'm not sure what, because a part of me wants to say I would have looked up at her, locked eyes, went back to the iPad, put $0, looked back up at her, and gave her the iPad back.
No, Brandon's a really good human being. Like,
probably a better person than me, and this could have been the type of person to, maybe this was the day that Diana finally snapped at work, and she didn't care about going to jail anymore. She didn't care, and she got that $0 tip, and she just starts clawing out my eyes.
Yeah,
because I'm the guy. I'm that one guy who gives her the last shitty look before giving her no tip, and that's it. And then she rips my eyes out, and then I can't see anymore. Hey, that would be a good thing to talk about on the show.
Yeah, but then we can't like edit.
Well, you could do it.
Oh, cool. But yeah.
So when did that happen? Was that recent?
That was
in the past year?
That was like a month and a half ago.
Oh, very recent.
Yeah, it was really bad.
So you haven't been back to a Dave & Buster's since?
No, I tapped out. Dave & Buster's was the coolest place in the world when I was like 8.
Let's get some undercover boss in here, man. They should know what's going on.
No, it's hopeless.
Yeah, you might
like
be right.
they might as well just close.
Yeah, well, you got round 1, so.
Round 1 is their staff is kind of questionable too. But like their cabinets are like really good.
Everything's working. The place is kept up with well. There's a bar there too if you want to drink while you're, you don't have to go to Dave & Buster's to have the drinking and arcade experience anymore.
Just do like sports bets and like drink Miller Lite.
Or just hang out at the bar but not play any games at all.
Yeah. You're just like, you could go to like a dive bar, but you're like, no, I'm going to round 1.
Yeah, I'm just here for the atmosphere.
Yeah.
I like hearing the pins go.
I like hearing the pins. I like hearing guys almost getting into fights when losing a Street Fighter match. Stuff like that. That was my Dave & Buster's experience recently. Just god awful. I hope that business fails. I hope that business fails. God awful. I hope that business fails. God awful. I hope that business fails. I hope that business fails. God awful. I hope that business fails.
Oh, hey, you still here? It's dark, and there's nothing going on anymore. You'll have to wait till next week for more. But hey, while you're here, I'll tell you this, and I'll tell you straight. I ain't gonna meander around the truth. Or stall. There's no need for useless, inefficient words. Pointless ramblings about whatnot and who's afoot. No narratives to suit a particular attitude. No fucking around, just the hard facts. I work for the Smooth Skins out of my own free will. They treat me okay and showed me how to make baked beans. Anyway, I'll tell you this, too. I set up an email address for the show in case you want to write us a letter. I'll read it, and maybe the Smoothskins will talk about it on the show. Give it a shot. LeeStreetPod@AOL.com. You got that? That's P Street. No, that's Peed Street Pod. G Street, Weed Street Pod. Okay, no, it's okay. I got it. That's LeeStreetJobs@FlexMail.mom, LeeStreetPod@AOL.com, LeeStreetPod@AOL.com. Fuck. Look, the email address is in the description. Just look for it there. I'll catch you later, Smooth Skin.